Greetings, and welcome to yet another edition of the Grindhouse. With Thanksgiving just around the corner, I thought, what better time than to review Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. I'm going to come out and say this. This is probably one of his best films since, well, I'd say since Hostel. Hostel was very good. Let's see. Let's go over the synopsis of it, shall we? The Hoffmans are a family that have made what is known as Right Mart. Kind of a slight nod / probably ripoff to Walmart, I'm assuming. Right down to the star in the logo. So anyway, basically what happens is this. Right Mart is deciding to have Black Friday on Thursday night. You get a bunch of people that are rabidly wanting to buy, the latest products, large screen TV, waffle iron, stove, 30, 40, 70% off, whatever. And you get a bunch of people that are basically going to just trample over everyone to get to these sales for, Black Friday, because it's the whole tradition thing. And I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen Black Friday videos, from the past. So you pretty much know this is going to be basically a brawl, more or less. So anyway, Black Friday comes around. Of course, it's not Black Friday. Technically, it's Thursday. Thanksgiving night, people are racing in there. They basically crowd in. They basically, break down the doors. And a lot of people get trampled and killed. The main characters, one of them being a security guard, who is, he's only one of two that Right Mart had the audacity to place. Instead of using like a full security detail, they've got two security guards. One of the security guards, his wife, she gets trampled during the Black Friday sale. And of course, you're kind of led to believe that he would be the killer, but not so fast. Meanwhile, you've got the sheriff who's trying to solve these murders. You've got the surviving people, the main characters. The one girl, she's basically dating the guy who's a football jock. And of course he gets trampled, not to the point where he gets killed, but he ends up, basically someone stomps on his hand. He can't play football for, career-ending injury type of deal. You'd almost think he'd be a killer too. But, again, not so fast. So basically, when it delves down to after that is you've got a bunch of people that are just basically getting killed, and in some very creative ways. And this, before I continue, I should point out this was also a fake trailer in the movie Grindhouse, which was very popular. In between Planet Terror and Death Proof, you had the fake trailers. I'm still waiting for Rob Zombie's Werewolf Women of the SS. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but, one can hope. Anyway, back to the film. So from there, you've basically got a lot of creative kills, and it's all set, of course, during the Thanksgiving season, and you're left to wonder who is going to be the killer. Is it the security guard? Is it the sheriff? Is it more or less, perhaps, the jock, Bobby? Is it some of the other characters that, would have been like extras in some points, but, and I don't really want to give away the spoiler. I will say I was impressed with the acting of Patrick Dempsey. He plays the sheriff. For those of you that know, Patrick Dempsey, of course, played in Grey's Anatomy. Never really watched the show. fun fact here. Katherine Heigl also played in Grey's Anatomy. She also went on to do Bride of Chucky. Not really, totally related or anything, but just thought I'd throw that out there. Aside from that, let me see. There's, Rick Hoffman plays Thomas Thomas Wright. I believe the last name family was Wright. He plays the father of the main character. I want to say her name is Abby. I think that was right. I could be wrong, but I think it was Abby. Anyway, there is the infamous trampoline scene, but they kind of really didn't go that same route, technically. It was pretty interesting how they killed her off. Oh, and of course, Thomas's wife. Watch out for her in one scene where, let's just say, I don't want to give away too much, but she did make a rather fantastic dinner. In any event, this is probably one of Eli Roth's, I would call this very close to a magnum opus for this guy. Although I did like Cabin Fever, I did like the Hostel movies. I don't know what else to really say aside from it's definitely one to watch around the holidays if one is so inclined to continue to watch horror films, which I do watch a lot of. But in any event, I must say this has been one of the better, definitely one of the creative kill type of movies, and the whole thing with it being like, you get a lot of red herrings. Oh, there's also one character in the film I almost forgot to mention, was McKetty. The guy who plays him, he's like one of these, he's kind of like the sleazy, but sort of one of the good guys characters, but he's kind of a sleazy character. He sells like alcohol to minors, and he supposedly, I can't remember if they said something about him when he was dating a cheerleader. And the guy's in his 30s, of course, or something. I could be wrong. That might not even be the same character. But if you notice, a lot of he also has weapons in the movie, which I thought was pretty good. And this guy should have gotten his own movie, in my opinion. If you notice, some of the posters at his place is pretty interesting. You'll see posters for Krull, Death Wish 3. I can't remember the other ones, but those are the two ones that kind of stood out for me anyway. But in any event, this has been the Grindhouse. Until we meet again, fare thee well.